Hello, I'm back after a while. I needed some rest from everything that's related to media and digital world. But I'm refreshed and I have some new message. As always, it's how about to feel empowered here and now, how to be in a state of flow and not in a state of resistance, because resistance to existence is stress. So all stress is you imagining the future threat, or you feeling now threat that might occur. Never mind whether it's emotional threat, financial threat, physical threat, health threat. So most of those things are uh, just our imagination, and they never become a part of our reality. But if you're 80% of your time focusing on unwanted things, uh, there is a big possibility that you will witness those unwanted things in your life. So I read recently somewhere that when you expose mices to something pleasant, such as a smell of lavender, even though they enjoy it, but people did this research and then they exposed those mices simultaneously as they were smelling pleasant smell of lavender to electroshocks. And guess what? 7 generations after those mices were terrified of the smell of lavender. So that's how generational traumas and curses work with people also. No matter how smart, beautiful, or how good person you are, if there is something that's in your core beliefs and that's let's say something that was passed on through generation to generation, and you're experiencing it now, and even though if you're aware of it, you can't let it go. That just means that that is some old core negative beliefs. As I said earlier, beliefs are just decisions, and we can choose different beliefs by simply making different decisions. But with all old core negative beliefs, there must be a little more work done, because that's rooted deeply in our subconscious, and that's unfortunately probably something that generations before you were dealing. Let's say if they your ancestors thought that they were unworthy of love, you will, even though you want to experience beautiful committed relationship, you will probably subconsciously sabotage everything that potentially might be beautiful, loving, committed relationship. Why? Well, because that's something that's running deeply as a generational curse or a form of generational trauma. Same is with success, same is with money. If ancestors thought that money is hard to make, that there is lack, that in order for you to be worthy of money or abundance, you have to work your ass off, so, that will be probably something that you will experience in your life. Good news is that no matter how deeply rooted core negative beliefs are, they can be rewritten, and even though no matter what you're dealing with now as your personal core negative belief, trust me, I am telling you, because in my family most of beliefs were unfortunately wrong, simply because our ancestors were operating in such a way earlier, most of them, not all, but most of them, and they were programmed in such a way. So the moment you forgive, that's where you immediately shift from that primal state of being to living your life from a place of power, because you simply become aware that there's no need for any judgments. Everyone is doing their best from their level of awareness. And as I said in all previous videos, no matter what's your challenge now, even your biggest challenges are something that will, through the how desire work, skyrocket you into something that's what you desire. Let's say that you're having now personal problems, all kinds of personal challenges or issues. The moment you become aware of something that's bothering you now, you immediately released the desire to what's the opposite of what you are experiencing now. So never curse or condemn any unwanted and challenging situation, because all, even those most challenging and hardest situations, are just serving us for our highest good, because the moment we realize what's unwanted, we send to the universe what we want, what's opposite from what we are experiencing. So all is well, we are safe. All is well, we are always safe. At the moments when you feel resistance, and I also said that many times, just be aware that that means that you are at the moment disconnected. Disconnected from what? No matter what unpleasant feeling is. If you feel jealousy, if you feel anger, if you feel resistance, any kind of resistance, if you are burned out, if you are everything that's putting you in a primal state of being, that just means that you lost your connection with the guy from the sky, big guy from the sky. I'm saying it like that. There is no man who is observing us. There is probably all-seeing eye. Your connection to all-seeing eye is through your third eye, your closest connection. But I don't think that God is some entity who is sitting, a big old guy with the gray beard and watching what we are doing. No, it's infinite intelligence, probably not a person. I am not someone who is on that level to talk about how God looks, but I think that that's infinite intelligence and that God is all-seeing eye, 24/7 available to us. And whenever we feel any kind of resistance and unpleasant feeling, that's just our guiding system, and meaning that something's off and that we are not connected at the moment with the infinite intelligence. The power of social media and everything is changing with the speed of light. We're now at the moment where nobody no longer cares who went where, who bought what, who has what, who is dating whom. We're now living in a time where the algorithm is only caring about those who have something meaningful to say. Meaningful in order to alleviate the awareness, to have their own touch and their own paying forward to raising the level of consciousness of the collective. So the more people step out of the collective consciousness into a higher consciousness, Christ consciousness or wealth consciousness, you choose what suits the best for you. The easiest this journey will be for everyone, and most important for generations that are about to come. If you were born in a situation that's unwanted for you, that's not your fault, probably. Not probably, but 100% that's not your fault. But staying in the same level and not doing anything to rewrite your destiny and your story is also 100% your responsibility. So the moment you stop blaming government, your parents, your ex-boyfriend, wife, woman, man, husband, your, I don't know, boss or friends or someone who wronged you 20 years ago, let it go. Let go of pity parties, of victim mentality, and of that blaming others mood, because if you don't step out of it, you will probably till the rest of your life finding others to blame them for why something wasn't possible for you. The moment when you accept and acknowledge deeply in your heart that everything's just the reflection of your inner world and your inner state, that's where the magic begins to happen. And there is no more blame game. You immediately put yourself to work, because in many cases there is a lot of work to be done. As I said earlier, it's like some basement that nobody cleaned for decades. That's how the beginning of doing this work with subconscious and personal development is. When you, I remember when I realized what my limited beliefs and what my programs were, I literally felt, I can't even explain the feeling. It was combination of fear, and I was literally terrified and frightened, and I was at the same time grateful to the universe why he gave me the opportunity to rewrite that old story and old beliefs, because man, if they were come to fruition, I would be long gone. How fucked up my limited beliefs and my inner world was. But I'm not blaming also myself for it. That's just something that was run deeply in my bloodline. And when I also forgive those people who lived before me, as I said, everyone is doing their best from their level of awareness. It was probably more challenging back then than it is now. So people had to find the ways to, as that song is going, stay alive. No judgment, no blaming, acceptance, responsibility, ability to respond. And as soon as you truly and deeply, first of all, forgive, and then take responsibility, the entire universe literally is doing everything that's needed to support you and to elevate you in something that's for your personal expansion and for the expansion of those who you love. What's also important at the beginning is to be ruthless to everyone who tries to, as I said also in previous videos, through the crab effect, put you down. How people put you down to the crowd with the crab effect is if you try to alleviate and to step out of the bucket. What they do is they try to push you down, to pull you down. Never allow that, because many times you must be ruthless even with your close family members. They will feel kind of threatened when they see that you are changing, and they can no longer manipulate with you. Unfortunately, there are many unsolved situations and toxic situations in families where, let's say, if someone who's close to you and dear to you get used to a previous version of you where you had no boundaries and you weren't putting yourself first, you will notice how those close family members will fuck the side eye. Side eye isn't problem here, but they will literally feel threatened with your empowerment. Be ruthless. Who cares? Even if that's your parent, brother, sister, who cares? Nobody has the right to no longer step over your boundaries. And when they say to you, you've changed, what you should say is not, no, I didn't, no, and to explain yourself. Never do that. When someone comments on your progress, your personal development, your inner work, you've changed, you're no longer the same person. What you should answer is, thanks God I've changed. Of course I've changed. You can't no longer manipulate with me, and you can't no longer step over my boundaries. Who can live with that can, who can't, bye! Because they had enough time to literally, due to your good nature and your good soul, step over your boundaries. Never feel sorry, because as I said earlier, one of the greatest answers I heard when one of famous actors was asked how he would love to end his life and what his last message would be, he said that he would like to die used as much possible as he could be, meaning he lived fulfilled life. Nothing is more sad than those people who are, because of their fear of what the experience might bring, shrink, closed off, go to isolation. What's that? That's stupid. That's living every day in the same way over and over. There is no. And why is that? Because the greatest mistake and greatest lie is safety. Safety will never bring you creativity. Always strive to be certain in uncertainty. That's where the magic happens. That's where you literally become 24/7 co-creator with life. You follow, as Bashar would said, next most exciting thing. So that might be something random, like now it's 2:30 p.m. My next most exciting thing might be to take a great shower at 4 p.m. and to be in a state of flow, to enjoy. the feeling of water, literally embodying being in a state of flow. So don't think that some next excitement thing must be something huge. No, always follow those glimpses and small breadcrumbs from the universe. As the saying is, rest your soul, your journey is your purpose. Not all of us were born to be, I don't know, those people who have their star in the streets. Even that is, I don't know, that's nice, but that's not my goal. That's probably not your goal. None of us, not all of us, were meant to be presidents, prime ministers, famous, this or that. Rest your soul, your journey is your purpose. So your purpose might be to be a monk in some Greek monastery and to serve to older monks, and that's more than enough. More than enough. So those fleshy and things that are especially nowadays pulled into first raw for us to get caught into them and to buy into them. No, rest your soul, your journey is your purpose. No matter where you are, you're good, you're enough, you're safe, you're protected, and what you're doing right now is your purpose. So maybe you're a great mother, maybe you're an awesome son, maybe you're a compassionate person who knows how to listen. The best therapists in the world are those who are not giving advices to their clients. Best therapists in the world are those who know how to actively listen with compassion. That's also one of the researchers, and if you are taking care of what you're eating, but you're not taking care of what's eating you from the inside, you're fucked up. No question that you're fucked up. The research that they did, also with mice, is that they were feeding them with some food that, I don't know, is either giving them diabetes or something that is not good for their health. But what's interesting, so they were feeding them all with the same food, which is not good for their health. One group of mice got diabetes, the other didn't. Why? Because the group that didn't got diabetes had great person who fed them. He was gentle with them, he was cuddling them, he was literally healing them with their presence. So imagine how powerful that is. Rule number 1, never eat with people who hate you. Never. Why I'm saying this? Because unfortunately many people are, due to all kinds of commitments, doing that. Never eat with people who hate you. You are poisoning yourself. You are killing your gut health. Never eat with people who hate you. The act and ritual of feeding yourself is sacred. Literally sacred. Bless your food. Enjoy in every bite. The fact, trust me, I know what I'm speaking about because I know how it feels when you're hungry and you can't eat. I was more than 7 years literally starving myself to death because I was sick so much that I literally, that's why I'm channel for spirit to work and speak through me. If there weren't higher power, infinite intelligence, and God who saved my head and my life, I would be long gone. More than 8 years gone. This movement here is my paying it forward and bringing it back in order to, as I said, few people who are maybe dealing with the same find it useful or resonate with the message, my mission is done. Because I have all kinds of other things which I'm doing in my, look at my hand. My hands are like I'm MMA fighter. Always active, always working, grateful to be here. Every morning I have prayer, thank you for another life in a form of this day. Bless your food, bless your step, bless the new day, bless the sunlight, bless those who love you, bless yourself, be grateful. For too long, then after when I could finally eat, I had no appetite, and so on and so forth. Many times, and the second time after surgery, they put in my neck that tube, and I was literally living on some white food. I don't know, that were something, combination of nutritions to keep me alive. Sacred rituals should be the moment that you are eating. Bless your food, bless the opportunity and being able to, first of all, feel hunger, to enjoy in beautiful food. Be aware. As I said, the goal of meditation is not to, I don't know, make you some detached person from the entire life. No. The goal of meditation ultimately at the end is to make your entire life a form of meditation, meaning awareness as you speak, awareness of your thoughts, awareness of your breathing, awareness of your walking, reading, eating, speaking, whatever you are doing, because every action with being unaware of the energy behind it is lost action. I know how it feels. I lived almost half of my life completely unaware and unconscious, and like I was some kind of robot who was on autopilot. But fortunately, through the hardship and through disease and two near-death experiences, I was blessed to, maybe in a harder way, but say, you know what, pause, let all the limited beliefs and all that was stay where it is in history. Now is time to see how life really works. This here also now is my manifestation. The moment I learned how to stay present, connected with that place between two thoughts, between two breaths, I literally got the key of my personal power. That's available to you, to everybody. Unfortunately, people are doing everything to run away from their inner world. Yes, at the beginnings it might feel unpleasant because there are all the demons you tried to bury. But the moment you face them, you make them your friends. I remember when I read a long time ago when they asked Frida Kahlo, why are you alcoholic? She said that I'm drinking to drown my demons. Unfortunately, the bastards learned how to swim. You can apply that even in this personal development work. People are afraid to face their demons, but every blessing is at the other side of your fear. It's unpleasant at the beginning, but as soon as you start talking with them, you will find the solutions for every single one of them, no matter how scary or big they are. No matter what your blocks are. Love, money, success, health, confidence, feeling empowered, feeling strong, motivated. Everything is available for you to make it work for you. Stop chasing your answers on all wrong places. It's all given to you here and now. Literally here and now. Have more affection, appreciation. Acknowledge yourself. Acknowledge yourself. Be grateful for yourself. Appreciate yourself. Don't be ever and everywhere present. Let people value your time, your word. Be like Christ. Let your voice be the voice of heaven. Let your consciousness be the consciousness of Him who walked on water, moved mountains and storms. Whatever it is that's your heart's deepest desires, that's your destiny. As your deep desires are, so is your destiny. Whenever I feel again inspired action and urgent call to be the channel for spirit to work through me, I will again come here and talk to you. Meanwhile, have an awesome day, week, month, summer, and talk to you soon. Thank you for being here.